See, there is an invasion thing happening.
There it is.
Look at all the people going to Cisco. Hey,
What is Cisco? It's a town?
Let's ask this guy. Sir, how are you? What's going on? Where's everybody going?
Hi there.
This is a wedding party, and they're all going to a picnic down on the beach.
They made you walk?
Well, you know how it is. Hell, we're from the South. They won't ride.
Are you from the South, really? Where are you from?
I'm from South Boston.
South?
Virginia.
Oh, I was going to say, wow.
Boston.
That's all
We
right.
love it. These guys are from Canada. They just came in last night.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. And I drive around and I do a show called What's Going On Around Here. That's what this camera's all about.
You got the wrong damn person. I don't know what's going on.
Hey, you have a good one. Bye-bye.
This accent thing.
Isn't that
You
great?
got the wrong damn person. I don't know what's going on around here.
There was another question.
No,
I
it's
wanted to ask you
complimenting
guys.
on your questioning.
Oh, well,
The
thank
follow-up,
you.
you got your natural there, Chino. I can see it. This is
you,
going to be big.
Yes.
MTV.
Well, it's
Hey, you don't...
not meant to be. It's meant to be just, you know, let's find out about you guys.
What's going on? Is that what the name of this program?
What's going on around here? Let me ask you this is the question I wanted to know about the...
I'm taping our taping.
I'm taping our taping.
That's good. And I took pictures, so we're going to document this documentary.
Talk to me, Bubby.
We're going to tell you about our film
You made
later.
some really good points about Quebec, the West, the English-speaking and the French-speaking. Do a lot of Western, I shouldn't say West, but the English-speaking people, do they travel to Quebec a lot? Is it a place that they really like to go to? What do you think? What is your overall opinion on that?
Yes.
We don't like to admit it. Look, a city like Montreal, which to a lot of people is dying, hosts... Oh, it is. Are
It's
you
what?
kidding? You
It's
can
not
get
dying.
6 months free rent
No.
in some places. Montreal
Is dying.
does not have the population that it did. Most
Right.
people, corporations,
Yeah.
have moved to Toronto upon the French announcing they would like to separate. That did not embrace Quebec to the rest of the country.
Yeah.
Which, putting it mildly, a lot of people have left. In that way, it is dying.
Right. You disagree, Eldon, with that?
No,
It's okay to disagree.
no, I don't. I'm just thinking of what Jack was saying. I don't know if it's dying. It's the city's still there. It's a beautiful city. And getting back to your question, we enjoy it because it's part of our country. Although when you go there, and especially not Montreal necessarily, but Quebec City, it is very distinctive. You can drive a few hours, enter Quebec City, and you feel like you're in Europe. It's actually been
beautiful.
It's been deemed a historic site and by whatever what is it called? Like some
whatever.
It's a landmark.
Yeah, it's a landmark and it's preserved under whatever.
Kind of like our Tim Horton donuts, but more so.
But anyways, it's a distinct society, and when you go there, you think you're in Europe. You think you're in France.
I got another question. I want to know about the Maritimes, the Atlantic Maritimes. What's going on with that? With
we don't
the
have
economy?
Scrod like you do, but we have.
What's going on? What's with it up there?
It's beautiful. It's unbelievable. Anna Green Gables, Road to Avonlea. Watch it.
But the economy. What's going on with the economy?
It's growing.
They're fished out, basically. The Americans have come and fished all our cod out. And there's diminishing.
How's your cod?
There's diminishing, supplies of it. And now there's a no fishing. There's a law that's been passed that you can't fish, and they're trying to replenish the stock, and it's going to take a few years. And because of that, basically it's a fishing industry. And now that there's no fish, there's no, no work. A lot of people are unemployed.
Yeah.
Although there's a big film industry that's happening there as well.
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
Nova Scotia, their government.
Yeah, they're starting to promote film there, and a lot of American productions are going up there and shooting stuff.
Which city?
Halifax.
Oh, beautiful.
It is.
Beautiful. Yeah. There's a lot going on.
You've been to Newfoundland? You guys, have you been?
I've never been.
It's amazing how many Canadians have never been to Newfoundland.
Well, we were going to go on this trip, but we got sidetracked and ended up coming here.
And Labrador is nice too.
I've been to New Brunswick. Beautiful.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's like Maine, part of, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same
I
language.
Or
think
Maine
the
is
United
like-
States,
yeah.
what I hear is that United States wants to, the people of Nova Scotia and New Brunswick want to become part of the United States.
Really?
If Quebec, this is
Separates,
the theory,
that's
that if
right.
Quebec separates,
Then the
it
drive
would-
to Toronto is a lot easier. Sorry.
Good one.
But isn't that funny though? Imagine that, because then they would be
yeah.
separated.
Yeah, that would be more incentive for them to join the States, right?
Yeah.
And probably.
What do you think they'd do though? Do you think they'd want to do that? Do you think the United States would even want them though?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to go
love
to
it.
United States?
The States would want to consume them just
Look at
as
this.
they did with
I would
Alaska,
want,
right?
Make Newfoundland like Alaska, you know.
This is so
Yeah.
beautiful. I'm sorry to cut in, but look
What?
where we are. This is storybook land. I'm sorry, you don't get this kind of, you know,
Your
You
tapes
don't.
run out.
architecture. No, it's still going.
The light's not on.
Oh, the light's not
You
on.
don't get this kind of architecture, do you?
No.
No, this is great. We love this town. It was a good,
This is beautiful. This really is.
nice.
So you
This
can
is
understand why
a
so
type
many
of
people want to
Americana.
move here and have a second home.
Oh.
Right.
Oh.
I mean, it's so unique, isn't it?
Yeah.
Actually, just as I was describing with Quebec City, this is unique on its own as
Yes. Actually,
Yes.
I did an interview with a lady who's a travel writer. Her name's Martha Walters, and she goes up to Quebec. She loves it.
well. Right.
She loves it.
What's not to love? It's so beautiful.
You know,
But this
it's
is
cheaper
so,
than going to France. She said.
everybody knows we're in the van. Hey, everybody sees the van. There's Gino Show. Oh, hi.
How y'all doing?
What's happening around
What's going?
here?
What are these
What's
guys
going on
doing?
around here?
What are these
On
guys
the
doing?
road again.
Whoa.
Shit, all right, we're all right. Now, what brings you down anyway? What brought you to the Cape? Because you called me from the Cape. I didn't ask you what brought you down in the first place. Are you doing business down here?
Jackets.
Jack?
Yes, I am. I've got a clothing company called Bunch of Yahoos,
Yeah.
and the kids line Le Petit Yahoo.
A kids' clothing line?
Yes,
Oh.
infant to 36 months,
Uh-huh.
and
Show the bag.
Why?
Yeah.
You have,
Yeah,
you
he's
have
got-
something in there?
why I just happen to have some samples here.
boy. Let's see your work. Now, do you
Right.
design everything, Jack?
I'm the art director. I run around screaming at everybody, telling them I'd like it to look like this, etc., etc., and we sit down and hash out some ideas, and we come out with things like
Have you ever gotten in an accident while doing this?
No, thank God.
this.
Oh, yeah, bring it up. And here, let me...
3D.
Yeah.
Ever see
God, you guys
SCTV?
are Canadians.
Hey,
That's the
we brought you
Would you
Second
like-
City, Jim Carrey, Saturday Night Live. That's part of the thrill of
Would you
being
like
in
some
Canada.
syrup with those pancakes?
Look, it's 3D
Did you ever see that
sheep.
on SCTV?
3D sheep.
You guys, I'm telling you.
Wait,
I don't know about you
dancing
guys.
strawberries and
Rat,
little happy air
That's
force.
nice, though, Jack.
Hi,
Now,
kids.
now,
good
are you
point.
gonna?
You can get the stuff on Nantucket soon.
Well, how are you gonna move around and do some schmoozing?
I'm going to schmooze big time.
There's plenty of little kids shops here.
Oh, this is a beautiful place. This really is.
Well, you know.
You did some
Look at
business in P-Town.
Little happy puppies, yes. P-Town.
Wow, very nice.
Beautiful place.
How'd you get involved with making kids clothing?
A friend of mine was pregnant, and I was doing some adult clothing at the time, and as a little gift, I made her some baby underwear. Thought nothing of it until another friend of mine who had a store saw it and said, I'd like about $1,000 worth of that.
Oh, really?
And I said, you really do? You want this stuff? And she said, yeah.
Good for you.
And the rest is history.
What?
The shingles.
Oh, the shingles. The shingles are made of cedar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they turn color.
And they
That's what
turn
you wanted to
color.
know. You said
Yes.
they turn blonde. They're blonde,
Blonde.
and then they turn gray.
Yeah. Such is life, from blonde to gray.
That's
Oy
why they
vey.
call this place the Gray Lady of the Sea.
The Gray Lady of the Sea.
Yeah.
Really, Nantucket Island. Now, is it called
It's
Nantucket
kind of
Island?
gray right now. Yes.
Yeah. What is a sound?
What is the sound?
What does the sound mean?
That's like the
a lake or a pond or an inlet?
It's the area between Nantucket and Hyannis.
That would be
in the cave inside where Provincetown is.
Okay.
Not Provincetown, but Chatham.
Right.
There's a spit that comes out. It's kind of
peninsula or whatever.
yeah. It's like a harbor of some sort, but it's not really a harbor.
Okay, got it.
It's probably something in between open ocean and a harbor.
Okay. This is beautiful.
And this takes you to the east side of the island. This is Sconset, where we're heading towards Sconset.
Sconset. All right. That's been on a few years now.
How'd you guys meet?
1 year.
Same police lineup.
The what?
Same police lineup. Sorry.
Actually, I knew a year before I went to the film school. I met Jack.
I can't hear you.
A year before I went to the film school, I met Jack in Toronto. They're taking another film course.
Is that thing running?
Yeah, it's got the light on.
It's got the light flashing. Does that mean it's on pause or it's running?
No, it's running. Well, you guys were going to tell me about. Now, remember we were going to talk about you as a comic actor and your new project that the two of you guys are working on. Why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
You was a comic actor.
Yeah, first we'll start with that.
Well,
Jack.
I've got a couple films I made. One called My Dog Vincent, which is supposed to be at the Toronto Film Festival this year. What I've been told is supposed to be showing.
Great.
The other one is called Autonomous, to be shown on CBC, Canadian Broadcasting Corporation TV station.
Yeah.
With probable further release afterwards. About a man who never leaves his car. And all the things that happen to him. And I'm
He
one of
never
the-
leaves his car.
Never leaves his car at all.
And what do you play?
There's a scene where he's in a garage, and as the car is hoisted up and the camera is ahead of him, so all you see is, out of view, you see his car going up, and underneath you see me in overalls with one of those caged lights, and as the car stops, I'm slowly rising, and then I start foaming at the mouth with Proustian type prose about this woman and her life. And then later they cut to me dressed as a Boer War general with my faithful servant next to me. And again I started spouting off. Very unusual film, quite avant-garde.
Yeah. And is it a feature?
It's about an hour long.
About an hour. Okay. Great. And now, what's the project, Eldon, that you guys are working on together? Is that cool?
Yes.
Okay. Just be
again,
careful with
all
that.
the camera
That's the digital.
Yeah. I'm not forgetting. Yeah, we're gonna. When we get back to Toronto, we've got casting
Yes.
call
Yeah.
for a film that we're gonna start hopefully in October called Dog Hill.
About what?
It's called Dog Hill.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Dog Hill is a documentary drama. It's going to be about an hour in length. And basically, Dog Hill is a place where people congregate and walk their dogs. A common place in a park.
Right.
I want to shoot this throughout the seasons in Ontario. Spring, summer, winter, and fall. And Dog Hill is the backdrop for this story where a young couple meet and they form a relationship and they go through various stages of a relationship. And that's the dramatic portion of it.
Yeah.
The documentary is going to focus on people on the hill with dogs talking about their experiences that parallel that of the couples. So like everybody has like a, everybody's got like the first love that they encounter, or the first different stages of romance. They get, the young, fresh, new beginning of a relationship, to another stage where they're hot for one another.
Right.
To the realistic stage where they, they get to know each other and the different things that they like and dislike about each other. And then, and it's going to take place over a full year, full circle. So start in the spring, end in the spring. and we're going to shoot it both on 16 mil and Beta SP, and we're hoping to sell it to CBC or another state.
And who's funding it?
We're going to start up with our own seed money.
Yeah.
And then we're going to try to do a pre-sale to some of these broadcasters, television.
Okay.
And there won't be any references of scrod in it whatsoever.
Scrod? You sure?
Scrod? Scrod? Perhaps cod.
But scrod.
How's your cod? Oh, I'm sorry. How's your dog?
So it's called Dog Hill.
Dog Hill.
Dog Hill, not
And
Cod Hill.
we'll send you a copy of it
Yes.
when it's done.
I'd love to show it on my show.
Well, I'm sure we would like to have it shown.
Look at that. Nantucket Demo Derby. Is that a neat sign or what?
That's great.